Hey there everybody, I thought I'd do a quick video on History Maker Baseball, the 2015 set that was just released. I just downloaded the PDF version of that set. You can also order it through play.com. The price difference is $36 if you order their printed set, which are good quality cards, no doubt, or $9 if you order the PDF set. When you order the PDF set, of course, you're responsible for printing all those out, cutting them, sorting them, and all that good stuff to get them ready for play. I do have an Epson printer. It's not high-tech, it's decent, and I did buy some standard paper, some standard stock paper stock. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, cardstock paper. I'll get it right eventually. From Walmart. It was reasonably inexpensive. I think it's about $4 a pack. It's not that bad. Your biggest expense, at least for mine on this, is the ink, because it does take a lot of ink to print out the entire season. But some of the fun of that is to print them out and sort them, and that can be part of the enjoyment as well. I thought I would, for those who haven't never purchased the game or never tried a PDF version of the cards, I thought I'd give a quick demo on how they are received when you print them off, and then how to sort them, and maybe some extra goodies. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and do that now. I move the box out of the way. The first things you see when you print out on the PDF form are the umpire cards, and this is the way they come on a sheet just like this. All the umpires with all the qualities. You see infamous umpire C.B. Buckner. He is listed as semi-strict and questionable. And then there's other umpires according to their ratings as well. Now, I did cut out 4 umpires already, because there are 4 umpires on a umpiring crew that goes to each ball game. And I used a corner rounder, and that would be one of these. And that softens up the edges a little bit. Al Wilson did a great video on this, on his History Maker video from a while back, and that's how I got inspired. You can see they have the nice rounded edges, sort of like APA baseball cards, if anybody's familiar with those. But anyway, those are the umpire cards that I printed out, and what I usually will do at that point is I'll try to match them up as they are in real life, the actual umpiring crews. Now, I'm not sure if these 4 umpires are on the same crew or not, but I'll eventually cut them all out and sort them by crew, and then just move them around as they would in real life. The first team that I downloaded was the Baltimore Orioles, or the first team I printed, I should say, is the Baltimore Orioles, because they are listed right below the umpire cards. And you can see here I have a Chris Davis card, and you can see it has these squared edges. And when I cut the cards, I cut this one a little bit larger. I could probably, if I wanted to, I could probably snip a little bit off the top, maybe a little off the bottom. But for now, this is fine. I may tighten it up later. But what I mainly wanted to show, again, with the inspiration of Al Wilson, is how we can take this squared off card and soften the corners with a corner rounder. And it's not everybody's preference to do this. I just happened to find that when I did it with these cards on my 77 set, they look so much better. They were so much easier to move around in my hands, and I just fell in love with the corner rounder. Now, let's talk about this corner rounder. For those who are not familiar with it, I actually got this off the Walmart website. I think it was about $6 or $7. They did not have it in the store, at least the Walmart near me did not have this in the store. It was on their website. So I ordered it, did a ship to store, went and picked it up, and I have not regretted it one bit. I've thought it's been a very nice product. It's very solidly made, and I don't expect this to break down anytime soon. So what we do here, for those who have never used one, I'll go ahead and do the corners on the Chris Davis card. And simply what you do is slide the card in until it fits snug into the corner rounder, and simply press down this button. You'll hear a metallic click, like so. And then you can see in my hand here the little strip of paper that got rounded off. And we do that for each corner, and snip, and do it for the bottom corners, snip and snip. And when you're done, you end up with a card that looks like this, as opposed to what it looked like prior, which was this. Like I said, I prefer this, but a lot of people are very content with this, and that is a wonderful thing about these games, about any of these board games and card games, especially when you play solitaire, is you make your own rules to suit you, and you make your own entities and niceties and novelties to suit your own taste. I prefer, of course, to do the corner rounding. Now, I will say on my 77 set that when I did the corner rounder, I kind of went hog wild and tried to corner around the entire set in one sitting. Not a good idea. My fingers got a little tired after a while. I would suggest, particularly if you have a favorite team that you want to play a season with, I would definitely, if you wanted to go this route, I would use the corner rounder to corner around the team, your favorite team, and then also the first team they are scheduled to play. So that way at the beginning you're only doing 2 teams, which doesn't take very long. And then as they go through their schedule, the next team they play, pull that one out, do a quick corner rounding on that, a little snip, 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 snip on that, and you're ready to go. And you're not doing that and wearing out your hand over a half-hour period. To do one team would probably take maybe a minute, maybe more, depending on how fast you wanted to go. But like I said, I could just start taking cards and go boom, 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 boom. Go to the next one. Ball to a minute. Boom, 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 boom. So there you go. Now, you can see on the table down here all these little shavings. And what I do usually, if I'm not doing a video, is I'll have a little cardboard box under the corner rounder to catch all the shavings so that they're all in one nice, neat little pile. But even where they are now is no problem. I can just simply use my hand and kind of sweep them off to the side and sweep them off the table into the corner of my hand and get them going. For the card set, or for the umpire set, you know, like I said, you need a pair of scissors, and they don't have to be that great. And then you can, I'm not going to do it on the camera because I can't really see this and record at the same time, but you just cut out the umpire cards the way you like them. And like I said, if you want to corner around them, you can. If you don't, you don't. It's up to you. But I've cut out the Orioles. Like I said, they were the first team. Now the next team alphabetically in line and on the PDF is Boston. But since Boston was having such a bad year, I think what I'm going to do short term is go advance ahead to the Yankee cards and cut those out, corner around those, and then play a quick exhibition game between the Orioles and the Yankees just to see how that goes. Do Machado right here while I'm talking. That will help me get things going. And oh, I missed the one corner here. That's a good thing here. You can always catch up. And there you go, all 4. Like I said, if for some reason you did this and then you did not like it and you bought the PDF set, you could simply go back and reprint the ones that you did the corner rounding on, and you'd be right back where you started from. But as I said earlier, when you print these things off, they're going to come just like this in a big sheet. And I believe I counted, looks like 18 players per sheet, so per standard sheet of paper. So that gives you an idea of the size. And when you print it off, there's a lot of border here, so you kind of cut close to this, cut close to here. Same with the bottom. You want to kind of cut it almost where the play.com, just below the play.com copyright thing down there, and that should pretty much do you and make it good. And then you can enjoy this wonderful game, which I am enjoying very much. I'm actually playing the 77 replay, my Cubs replay I just started. But when the 15 season came out, early, I jumped at the chance at that because the way this game is designed, the cards now are not going to change in ratings very much between now and the end of the season, where if it was a Stratomatic game or some other game where they went strictly by stats, then that would change. And I can always go back and wait till the season's over and just start from scratch and start the season all over, and I've got my season set already. Or if I wanted to start when the playoffs started, I could actually replay the playoffs as they go on, or I could pick a game from tonight and play it as it goes along. I believe the Angels are playing the Tigers tonight on ESPN, or maybe, no, I'm sorry, it was on MLB. I could do that. So there's lots of options. That's the beauty, like I said, of this hobby, is pretty much you're your own master of your own universe. So that's just my take on on what you have to do for the printout of the PDFs if you go that route. It's not that bad. It seems like it's daunting because there's stacks and stacks and stacks of paper. In fact, let me pull out what I printed off, and you can see that let me see if I can hold this up right. This is what I've got to go through right here. There it is. So these will need to be sorted eventually. But like I said, you don't have to do it all at one time. You can just pick the ones you want and do them a little bit at a time, and it won't be so demanding, and your fingers will not go away hurting from getting cramped by using this corner rounder all the time, or using the scissors. The scissors actually do more to kind of cramp your fingers up than the corner rounder does, but the combination of the two will definitely do it if you're not careful and you do too much at one time like I did. So I learned my lesson on the 77 set, and I'm going to be much more prudent this time around. Well, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Once I get these all cut out, I might actually do a game between the Yankees and the Orioles and see how that goes. Might put it on a video depending on how I'm feeling, how late it is at night. Right now it's almost already 9:30 Eastern time, so I may or may not. I may wait till tomorrow, wait and see. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope if you enjoy History Maker Baseball and you've already played it, that you will get the 2015 set. I think it'll be a wonderful set to play. The season's been very interesting. A lot of interesting teams like Toronto and Houston and the Cubs, and then some disappointing teams like Seattle and to a certain extent Washington. So that's about it, and I'm going to go do some more cutting and cornering. Everybody have a good night.